Mr. MacAulay, tell us a bit about the operation, the farm operation that you ran.
Well, we inherited a family farm, or I did, and in 1972, Frances and I got married, and she taught school, and we had a dairy herd, and we started growing seed potatoes for the seed potato growers in PEI, and that was a big deal. And Frances got fully involved of course, in our business, and we expanded to a number more farms, and we grew about 100 acres of seed potatoes, but it was a difference with our potatoes. You had to plant them by hand, take the round potato into the field and cut it. Tuber unit, if anybody knows anything about growing potatoes. But it's Frances was very good at that, which was a great asset to the operation.
That's why I was kept on.
She was good at a lot of things, but we worked together on everything for sure, and it was... I have to say that Frances could drive a 10-wheeler, run the combine, drive the potato harvester, and also she could dine with the Queen of England and has done all of that. So for me, it has certainly enriched my life, and I feel like I'm a very fortunate man to have a wife like my wife, Frances.
Yeah. Are there some ways and means that you're providing as a government to assist women in their ag careers, whether it's on the farm or in ag business? Are there some things that you see as important initiatives to help with that?
Well, I think governments can do so much, and I think what we did with Cabinet itself is a signal as to where we want to go. But absolutely, there's no question in the world. The opportunities are fully there. The government is promoting it. To make sure that women are involved. We just announced the CAP, Canadian Agricultural Partnership Program, here today with my provincial minister here. And part of that is to make sure women are more involved in the agricultural sector. We want to see that happen. We know fully how important it is, and we know how important it is for the sector. And quite honestly, if this can move at a fast pace, what's rewarded is our country. That's what's rewarded. You'll have great lives, but so will a lot of other people in this country too.
You know, what about women in higher profile political roles? Do you think it's important? I mean, you've been a great support and I'm sure a sounding board and helped with your husband's career, but you know, do you see need for women in leadership roles? And
certainly do, and I think everything has to work together. Like I was a big part of his life from day one, and I grew up on a farm, so I knew. And I really, to get the thing working together, you have to work together. You know, you can't be. I was out when I could be out, and I was out, and I think it's same as in politics. So like I think it's very important that you know, people like women are in high profile positions and stick up for us, you know, and work with us and work for us. And I just think it's amazing here. We sat at the table for all the sponsors there, and like we need that, you know. And I think it's so important that this continues. And it's great that, you know, it continues probably on a higher level, but there's a grassroots for everything. And for us, with grassroots was starting at the very basics, and as we went along, we could afford it, we built it up, and I think it's the same with everything else.
So started with community involvement and associations
and then
sports.
Continue,
yep.
Yeah, and then continue on with, you know, like I go to a lot of things for him, and one time I would never think that I'd do that, but people appreciate that, and that you're taking interest in it, and I think that's how we sell ourselves. You know, we have to, you know, when I think back when my mother was living, they were in the kitchen, but that's all gone now, and people feel themselves very big part of society, and I think we have to stick with it and stick with each other and build on that.
I just like to say that you look around the world and you see women as leaders of countries, but it needs to be a total part of it. It's not just the leadership, it has to be the total part of the framework of a nation or a province or a community or whatever. You have to make sure that women are involved. And
so from all the way from
the
family on up.
From the family right to the top. Now, it doesn't mean that women have to run everything, but it has to mean... Well, you could. But I think there's a great opportunity in this country for it to evolve right up, and it won't be an issue as do we have enough women in the House of Commons, do we have enough women in committees and that type of thing. It should just happen. And that's what I would like to see, is to just happen.